Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
We're just on our way out of Arkansas, and we stopped at this quaint little coffee shop called Red Light Roastery. The place seems really familiar, though.
I feel like I'm having deja vu or something.
Hello from Hot Springs, Arkansas. So we've just been chilling at this coffee shop this morning, getting a lot of work done, trying desperately to get the vlog uploaded. Man, we were so much younger back then. That was actually like 3 years ago.
Was it 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know if it's just because the resolution on my camera was so much worse or what, but we just look so much older now. But anyways, yes, we have been to this coffee shop before. If you want to check out that video, we'll link to it in the description. We just went and explored the area a bit. The reason we came back here, though, is because of these awesome waffles. Look at this.
Y'all.
What is this?
It's turkey and provolone on a gluten-free waffle, and I think they give you some strawberry jam on the side.
But anyways, plan today is we're going to hit the road. We're going to head down to Texas. We're going to do a fun little adventure down there that we're excited to take you guys along with on whatever. But on the way down there, we thought it'd be fun to give you guys like an update on where we are with the RV, what our future plans are for traveling with the RV, all that good stuff.
Yeah, hopefully we will answer a lot of your questions. We try to in the comments and to answer questions from previous videos and next videos, but hopefully here you guys can kind of figure out where our heads are at and where we're going.
But we're gonna eat our waffles, drink our coffee, hit the road, and then see you guys there.
See you in warm, sunny Texas. Later, sucky weather.
We're making excellent time, you guys. We are already well into Texas. We are like an hour or so from Dallas.
Yeah, right outside, maybe even like half an hour.
Yeah, not too bad at all. There's also a guy in front of us. The driver is driving with his foot out the window, and he was texting at the same time.
I don't know how he's alive right now, to be
crazy.
honest.
He was swerving all over the place. Safety first. Keep your feet inside the
Keep your
vehicle,
feet inside.
especially when you're driving. But since we're just mostly driving and it's mostly on the interstate, it's kind of boring. We thought we'd give you guys a little update on the RV, like we mentioned earlier. So as you guys have seen, we've been doing some pretty big projects on the RV, building that pull-out couch. Then we worked on the kitchen. Then we had to rebuild all of our walls that we had taken out earlier. Recently, we put in the floors and the ceilings.
Most of everything. We've mostly finished everything.
You guys saw that we got pretty much there, but close enough. You know, the project has had a lot of ups and downs, as we've shared with you guys emotionally. We are officially in over our heads, you guys. This is a classic case of one problem leads to another, leads to another. Look what we've done. But at this point, we're feeling better about it than we have felt since we started it. We're really satisfied with the work that we've done. We've learned a lot.
Learned so much. Well, I will say we're satisfied with the work we're doing. There is some work that we did back in the day that maybe we're not 100% satisfied with, but it's all fine. It's all going to be covered. It's going to be great. We are super excited that, you know, these final things are coming together and it's looking like an RV again. You know, we have walls, we have ceilings, we have a floor. So much nicer than seeing that nasty half linoleum, half wood flooring and all of the exposed aluminum and wires everywhere. It's just given us a huge second wind, I think, to keep on powering through.
So as it stands right now, pretty much all of the structural stuff has been fixed and replaced. Like 80% of the outside has all been resealed. You guys remember when we did that project? We've been kind of finishing that as we've been going along, and a lot of that had to be halted because it started to get cold out. And really the adhesives and sealants and stuff that you use won't cure if it's too cold. But it's not cold anymore.
Oh no.
So next up, we have this huge list of just lots of little odds and ends that we've been compiling.
You guys, it's so huge.
Yeah, here's the whole list. It's a lot of stuff, you guys, but luckily most of the stuff is actually really small stuff that we've just been kind of putting off because we haven't had the time to do it or it hasn't been warm enough to do it. But I think we're going to get to Chelsea's place, and then tomorrow we're gonna, we're hitting bumps. I just have the camera sitting on my sweater right now. This is a professional operation we got going here. But we're gonna head to Chelsea's and then we're gonna pick up tomorrow and we're gonna share with you guys the future. What's coming next for the RV. After we do all those odds and ends, we've got some big finalization projects coming up that's gonna be so exciting. It's gonna feel like we're really moving to the next phase, I think. So stay tuned for that. All right, back to the road.
Oh my gosh! We made it to Texas!
The weather out here, you guys, can I just tell you, It's incredible.
It's everything we were dreaming it would be.
We made cereal.
Don't you guys just wish you could eat cereal all the time?
If I had a huge sugary bowl of cereal like this every day, it would probably actually kill me. Or at least make me pass out later in the day. Luckily for us, this is not your average cereal. This is Magic Spoon. We just wanted to give them a huge shout out and a thank you for sponsoring today's RV update.
They have literally reinvented cereal for adults. Their cereals have a whopping 0 grams of sugar. They also have 13 to 14 grams of protein and only 4 net carbs in each serving. Plus, it is gluten-free and only 140 calories.
Honestly, you guys, we're in love with Magic Spoon cereal. In fact, they sent us a sample box and we ate it all. So these are empty. And we had to buy more.
We had to order a new box.
We're addicted. Magic Spoon has a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't love their cereal as much as we do, you can send it back for a refund, no questions asked.
But you're not gonna do that because you're gonna love it.
Click the link in the description or go to the link that's on the screen right now and use the code EndlessAdventure and you're gonna get $5 off of your order.
And when you do, make sure you get peanut butter and cocoa and mix them together.
That's a pro tip right there.
It is my favorite combination.
Enough about our delicious cereal. Let's get back to the RV update.
But once I finish this whole bowl. When we get back to Missouri, I think the very first thing that we are gonna have to do is install our new AC unit. So we got a brand new one. You guys saw us kind of take apart our old AC. It was a terrifying fiasco.
Oh, holy cow.
Golly.
And we still have to take the top part off of that.
Yes.
And then install the new AC, but it's low profile, really low power draw, so we're gonna be able to use it without sucking down our batteries. It's actually a brand new AC unit, and we're kind of being the guinea pigs on it because it doesn't have any reviews. So hopefully it works out.
It's very sleek looking. I didn't ever think I would be into looking at ACs. Oh, but I am.
Baby. But before we do that, we are going to reseal the roof, which we've mentioned a couple times. That whole process is just gonna involve stripping some of the problem areas that are kind of grimy and peeling away. And then we're gonna put down a layer of this rubberizer stuff that's meant for RV roofs. And that's gonna seal the whole thing, make sure no water gets in. And then from there, we can put the new AC on. Then we're gonna finally order our solar panels and we're gonna put those on top.
Yeah, a lot of roof projects, but it's gonna feel so nice and that is finally buttoned up because that was a huge source of problems previously. That's where a lot of the water got in. So we're gonna reseal that baby. It's gonna be perfect.
Watertight.
Water friggin' tight.
We also still have yet to remove the generator. We just haven't had time to prioritize that. But like we mentioned, the generator is very, very heavy. So we're gonna remove that altogether. We're not gonna be using a generator in the new version of the RV. So that's gonna be a bunch of weight that we're gonna be taking off that we can compensate for in other areas, like the solar panels.
Yeah, or the flooring.
Yeah, because the flooring actually was pretty heavy. So hopefully it'll all balance out, literally, in the end.
And we did weigh the RV when we first purchased it. So
we have a target weight.
Yes, exactly. So we will be reweighing it just as soon as we get it sealed so we can take it out without worrying.
Yeah, and it's weird, like we're putting on these ceiling panels and everyone's like, oh no, those look really heavy. Well, we took all this original ceiling paneling off, which was even heavier.
It was super duper heavy.
Yeah, so technically it should be lighter in the end, but we'll see. We could be dead wrong, but it'll be a fun experiment.
But if we are, we can just cut weight. We know exactly how to dismantle everything we've put in there.
That's true. You guys, Chelsea and Brandon have the cutest little pugs, Lola and Maya. And they really want to come out and hang out with us. So we should probably let them out.
Let's get them.
Do you want to come out here?
Yeah, let's go.
Pugs! We got pugs!
Oh.
Do not eat my cereal. Don't you dare.
Even pugs love it.
This one's Maya, and this is Lola. Lola, say hi. Don't lick my camera.
Let's go.
Bye-bye.
Let's go.
Next up, I want to talk about the engine because this is going to be a huge upcoming project. It's something we've been planning for since the beginning.
Yes.
You guys know that the RV actually runs, and it runs pretty well. We've driven it all over the place, but we have had some engine trouble with it that we did off camera. I was honestly too frustrated to film it, but the carburetor went bad. And I didn't know anything about a carburetor beforehand, but now I know all about it.
Yeah.
So I had to take the carburetor off, get it rebuilt, and then reinstall it, and by some miracle, it started up again.
It worked. I don't know.
Yeah, and it runs better than ever. It starts right up, even
yeah.
when it's freezing cold outside. It's incredible. But we want the RV to be as reliable as humanly possible. You guys know we put all this work into the back, so we need to put all the work into the underbelly of it to make sure that we're not breaking down on the side of the road. So the main thing there is to get the engine rebuilt. And we found a shop up in Chicago that's gonna do that for us. So our plan is to seal the roof, get it all buttoned up, and get it as drivable as possible, and then take it up to Chicago for the final push to get the engine work done. While it's up there, we're gonna have them look at the transmission, make sure that that's in good shape, and if not, they're gonna do some work on it. We also need some work done on the exhaust to make it run a little bit cleaner and run a little bit cooler and a little bit quieter.
Yes, all of those things, please.
They're even going to paint the engine. So this thing is going to be like it was brand new in 1976.
Oh, I
it's gonna
can't
be
wait.
insane.
Hopefully it purrs down the road instead of it's very, very loud right now.
I don't know if it'll ever purr like a kitten, but maybe
like a mountain lion or something.
Purr like a mountain lion. I like that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
So we have our electrical pretty much all run, but you guys may have noticed that we have not yet run any of our new propane lines or our water lines.
Yeah.
We thought about doing it ourselves, but I think instead when we're in Chicago, we're gonna try to get somebody who can help us, maybe run those for us.
Yeah, because I feel like it's just been such a headache trying to figure out the whole electrical side of things that I filled my head with the max of stuff I can fill it with. So I can't go trying to figure out how to run the water system properly. And there's a lot that can go wrong there. You can flood the RV, which we don't want to do.
And we don't want any issues with our propane lines, any leaks, any explosions, nothing like that.
Exactly.
So I think we will hopefully leave that up to the professionals.
We're still trying to work out the details on that, so we'll definitely bring you guys along when we figure out exactly how we're gonna go about it. After that, there are going to be a bunch of little finishing touches that we'll have to do. The bathroom, for now, we're just gonna kind of leave it unfinished. That's another area where we're afraid of our lack of expertise. So I might have my dad help us with that or find someone else who's a little bit more handy with that stuff.
Like installing a custom shower doesn't sound like anything that would be easy for us to do.
And it's another area where we just need to make sure everything's done right and it's waterproof and we're not going to have mold and stuff like that. So we just want to do it right, and we're afraid we can't do it right. So there you go. And then finally, we're going to spend hopefully just a week or two doing all of the finishing touches. So you guys know we have a lot of trim work we have to do.
A lot of painting, a lot of sanding, a lot of hole filling.
Yeah, a lot of varnish we're going to be putting on things. Just all the final touches that are going to finally make it feel like a home. But we do feel like we have a handle on how it's going to be designed. And that's something that's been intimidating for me since the beginning, is just knowing the colors to make everything and whether or not to leave something natural wood versus painting it white, what shade of white to use. It's been difficult making those interior design decisions.
It has been. But I think we finally have a good handle on it. I think we're at a point where we both agree with the color scheme and the general layout of things. So I think it should come together pretty easily now that we're getting towards the end.
And even if we decide a year down the road that it's just hideous, we can theoretically redo all that stuff. So
I know you guys are dying to know where our first trip is going to be. And the answer is, I guess technically Chicago.
Yeah.
When we drive it up there.
Yeah, I don't know if that really counts, but
No.
maybe after that though, we'll make our way back down south, potentially come around Texas a little bit.
Maybe just warm places. We don't want to get her into the cold quite yet.
Yeah, we didn't really build it to be a winter camping vehicle anyway, so we're gonna just stay where the moderate temperatures are.
Obviously we would love to do national parks, really cool scenic drives.
There are actually vineyards and farms all over the country that will allow you to come stay, and sometimes they have RV hookups. Luckily we're gonna have solar, so it shouldn't be a problem, but we want to stay in a lot of off-grid places like that, like on people's land and stuff. And sometimes maybe the occasional Walmart parking lot.
We'll see. It's going to be a whole journey. I feel like we've spent the whole year just focused on redoing the RV that we haven't really thought about what's going to happen once it's done.
Yep.
So there's a whole new world we're going to have to figure out once we're on the road. But we're excited to take you guys along with us. And we'll make mistakes and we'll learn weird things along the way. And it's going to be great.
It's going to be an adventure.
An
endless adventure? We are also planning on towing a small vehicle behind it. We're trying to get something as small as humanly possible because the less weight, the better, I would think. But stay tuned. We're still in the early stages. That'll probably be the absolute last thing we do, is figure out what we're going to tow behind it, because we want to have that freedom where when we pull up at a campsite, we don't have to get everything ready and drive the RV like if we want to go get coffee. Instead, we'll just take like a little Jeep or something like that.
Yeah.
We're going to have another adventure or two down here in Texas. Then we're going to book it back up to Missouri. We're going to do our last last-ditch effort to finish the RV.
Oh my gosh.
Or at least get it ready to take to Chicago, and then it'll be a whole new adventure with the RV.
Yeah, so we're hoping, I think in April, hopefully getting it up to Chicago, and then maybe, I think we said by May is kind of our ultimate goal to like be able to take a trip.
It's gonna happen, you guys.
I hope so. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pumped and positive.
Yeah. I think we're going to enjoy this beautiful day. We're gonna go play with the pugs over there. They're giving us the sad eyes.
Aw. Goodbye, adventures.
We'll see you on the road.